to start training yourself now. So what have I talked about? I've talked about time management. That's the first out of the three things I want to talk about. The first thing is time management. How you manage your time will determine how people will take you serious or not. So if you're fond of coming late for events, fond of showing up late, you will lose your contracts. You'll not be able to survive. You'll not be able to feed your family. Take care of yourself. So learn to be on time. Learn to be on time. Type on the chat box again. I will learn to be on time from today. I will never go late for an event. Type on the chat box from today. I will never go late for an event. Awesome. I must start training myself now. I love that. Marie, I will learn to be on time. Excellent. That's the first quality of a global speaker. And if you intend to work in the US, anywhere around the world, my friend, you must be on time. Because if you have a job and you come late first time, second time, third time, fourth time, sixth time, up to 5, 6 times, they will fire you. Irrespective of how confident you are, how competent you are, they will fire you. Just because you're not holding up to the rules, to the principles, to the expectation of the company, of the organization. So you want to become a global speaker? Man, learn to be on time. Learn to manage your time. Do everything to be on time. And if the worst comes to the worst, you have to must call. If the worst case scenario happen along the way as you're going, as you're coming, you must call. As soon as it happens, the person waiting for you, and communicate to them, hey, I have an incident. I am blocked. This has happened, and please, I'll be late by 5 minutes. I'll be late by 2 minutes. I'll be late by 1 minute. I'll be late by 30 seconds. I'll be late by 1 second. You must communicate. You have to communicate. You must communicate. Okay, some of these things will learn them the hard way. You must communicate. So that's the first thing you have to bear in your mind when you are becoming a global speaker. That's a global speaker's mindset. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The global speaker's mindset. The global speaker's mindset. The second thing I want to talk about is what we call the cul-de-sac. The cul-de-sac, for those who can express themselves in French, is a French expression that means quitting. Quitting. To quit. The cul-de-sac. And I want to congratulate all of you in this call right now. I want you to type congratulations to myself. So say congratulations to myself. I'll explain why. Anybody in this call right now, say congratulations to myself. Awesome. Marie, great job. Joy, great job. Awesome. Deborah, great job. Congratulations to myself. Great. Congratulations to myself. Probably Larissa, thank you. Thank you so much, Milton. So most of the people, probably not all of you here, probably started all together. So probably some people have dropped out from day one, probably, and you're still here. Yeah, so you deserve that congratulations. Cul-de-sac is so important. So people ask me all around the world, Oliver, you've been doing public speaking for 15 years. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. You've been very focused. Yeah. You've been very determined. Yeah. You've been very committed. Yes. And all of that. Yes. Then what kept you going? What kept you going? Many people quit. I started with friends and with a couple of peers, but they quit along the way. What kept you going? I understood this somehow unconsciously or consciously without anybody teaching me. Thank God for Holy Spirit. That the best time for me to quit is before I start. Please write in the chat box. The best time for me to quit is before I start. Type it on the comment section. The best time to quit is before you start. The best time to quit is before I start. Type on the comment section. The best time to quit is before I start. Okay? After this, we'll have questions. Awesome. The best time to quit is before I start. Great job, Joy. Great job, Pamela. Great job, Larissa. Great job, everybody. The best time to quit is before I start. Great job, Marie. That's the best time to quit. All right? So, the best time for me to quit is before I start. The best time for me to quit is before I start. So, what happened? I realized that for me to quit, I could have started in 2010. My speaking, I don't know at what age you were, where you were by 2010. I don't know where you were. But what the best time for me to quit was in 29, was in 28, was in 27, was in 25, when I had a dream to become a speaker. That was the best time for me to quit. in 2009, 8, 7, 5, 1989, 1999, all of that. That was the best time to quit. So as of 2010, when I launched, I had not to quit until I have to get the result I went in for. And so what that means is that my dear friend, once you've started already, you don't have to quit. You have to go through until you see the result, until you get what you want. And here's the point. The opposite of cul-de-sac is deep. Can you type deep? Just type deep on the comment section. I will explain something that would blow your mind away. Deep, D-I-P. D-I-P, deep, not deep. Deep, deep, deep. D-I-P. Everybody, great. Joy, excellent. Deep, deep. I love that. Yeah. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Deep, 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 deep. Great job. Awesome, Anselm. Awesome, awesome. Everybody, deep. What is deep? Deep is a secret I want to give you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's deep. Guys, take note. D-I-P, D-I-P, deep, D-I-P, deep, D-I-P, not D-E-E-P. D-I-P, deep. Okay? If you're not typed that, I want you to type it now. D-I-P, deep. What is deep? Deep, my dear friend, is the opposite of cul-de-sac. The opposite of quitting is deep. Every successful person in the world has gone through deep in one way or the other. People like Francis Ngannou, Samuel Eto'o, Roger Miller, Nelson Mandela, right? Barack Obama, Mother Teresa, Miles Angelos, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Miles Morales, all of them. You can name a few. They have gone through deep because to become the best in the world, you must go through deep. Because it's when you go through the deep that you become the best in the world. And I believe and I know and I'm convinced that each and every one of you here, including Sheila, including Milton, including Marie, including Deborah, including Siri, including Anselm, including, Windoven, everybody here, Maureen, everybody here is the world best. And for you to actually actualize and live that dream of becoming the world's best, you have to go through the deep. And what is deep? Deep, my dear friend, is a little bit like the labor pain for those who have delivered here. That pain, that excruciating pain, you have to go through to deliver your baby, to get the best version of yourself in the world, to give the world the best version of yourself. That pain, that trauma, that depression, that stress, that anxiety, that pressure that will mount on you, and for you to go through without quitting, without giving up, until you get the best version of yourself, is what we call the deep. D-I-P. 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 That is the deep. And so every best in the world have gone through the deep. And for you to go through the deep, you must go through that pressure. You must go through that pain. People will reject you. People will laugh at you. People will criticize you. People will mock at you. People will ridicule your name. People will rub you on mud. But you must not focus on that. You have to say, I am the world's best, and I have to go through this to become the best version of myself so I can serve the world in a better way. And guess what? Here's the good news. When you accept, when you acknowledge, and one of the mistakes people make is that they deny it. They say, no, I cannot go through this. No, like, who are you? You have to go through that because that is a process. That's a transformation that you have to go through to become the other side of yourself, which you have to become to be the world's best. You have to go through that. So you have to say yes to it. You first have to accept it, acknowledge it, and then ask yourself, what can I do? Instead of, I can't accept this. I can't believe this. Acknowledge and accept it and ask yourself, what can I do? How can I do it better? How can I go through the process? And then go through the process. So the point here is that for you to become the best version of yourself, to become the global speaker, top international speaker you want to become, you got to go through the deep, my friend. Going through the deep could be going through a 21 days public speaking classes where you are struggling to buy data, where you're struggling with your phone and the internet is terrible. Your phone cannot even support you for 1 minute in the class. Where you're struggling begging people to give you 100 francs, 500 to buy data, asking people to assist with their phone so you can go through the process. That could just be the dip you're going through. It could be trekking long distances to speak like I used to do. I trek all around Cameroon speaking. I spoke for free. I traveled to Kigali, Rwanda, to South Africa, all around Africa, speaking for free. Nobody paid me. I struggled. I remember my wife would even take money. I don't know where she took the money. Borrow, give it to me to pay flight ticket before I could go and speak. And guess what? I remember the day I flew from Cameroon to Kigali, Rwanda. I spoke in 3 top universities. I came back home. I never had a bread to give my daughters, to give my family. No bread. You know what it means to travel abroad? Like, I don't know if traveling from Cameroon to Rwanda is abroad or not, but I think it's abroad. So, you know what it means to travel abroad? Come back at the airport. You don't have anything to to offer. You don't have sweet, you don't have bonbon, you don't have biscuit, you don't have bread to give to your children after coming back from abroad. It's like you're in jail, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. That's a deep. I went through that. I will come to I'm so blessed and fortunate to have a very understanding wife that she never questioned me. She like mine, what did you bring? I'm like, I brought nothing. So I could not steal to satisfy my family. So I just do that. I brought nothing. And guess what? You like, okay, thank God you came back safely. Thank God for everything. And that is my deep. So I went through all of that pain and challenges and ridicule. At times, getting the flight ticket was difficult. At times, I will borrow money to buy a flight ticket. Man, like I borrow money to buy a flight ticket to travel. I borrow money to go for trainings in South Africa. I borrow money to do stuff. I buy books. I borrow money to do stuff. But fortunately, I paid back the monies, and it was amazing. So it's ridiculing to travel abroad and come back with that bread for your children. Even if you travel from Bamenda Main Market, Douala, Yaoundé, you come back with bread. You buy bread in Kem Kem. You buy Manyondo, you buy Bobulo, you buy sardine, you buy pear. But you travel abroad, come back to Cameroon with that bread. Like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But guess what? That's a deep, my friend. You must accept it. Don't deny it. Accept it. And then go through the process. Because those who become the world's best, they have a story to share. I have thousands of stories. They have a story. They have to go through the process. Thank you, Milton. They have to go through that process. And you cannot escape the process. You cannot run away from the process. You have to go through the process. Type on the comment section, I will go through the process. No matter what it takes. That's commitment. There's power in word. My Bible says in Proverbs 18:21 that the power of life and death lies in my tongue, and those who use it well will enjoy the fruit thereof. If you like, curse yourself with your mouth, which I don't pray you should do that. If you like, bless yourself, your future, your family with your word. Words has power. Write on the chat box, I will go through the deep. No matter the process, I will go through the process. Type on the chat box, my friend. Thank you, Prudencia. I will go through the process. And that's why they pay us high. That's why they can pay me 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 10 million to speak for 45 minutes, to speak for 1 hour. It's because I've gone through the deep. It's because I did not run away from the deep. It's because I paid the price, man. I paid the price. I paid the price to go through the deep. You have to pay the price, man. You got to pay the price. Don't run away from the pain. What does not kill you make you stronger? Type on the chat box. What doesn't kill me make me stronger? What does not kill me make me stronger? Type on the chat box. And that's the deep. If the deep does not kill you, it makes you stronger. And you have to go through that. What doesn't kill me make me stronger? Lovely, man. Great job, Milton. Great job, Pamela. Great job, Siri. What doesn't kill me make me stronger? Great job, Joy. What doesn't kill me make me stronger? Right. That's the mindset of a speaker. So the first thing I'll talk about time management. Thank you, Mary. The second thing I talked about, going to the deep. So the best time for you to quit was before you start the course. And the second time for you to quit has never come and it will never come. So you have to go through the process to get the results you want. Are you ready for the third and the last one? If you're ready for that blue, it's going to be like a bomb. Type yes, 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 yes on the chat box. If you're ready, type yes, yes, yes. If you're ready for the third point, type yes, yes. Yes, yes. Awesome, Milton. Awesome, Deborah. Awesome, Pamela. Great job, Joy. Yes. S- Santa Pekin. Santa Pekin. Yes, 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 yes. Sidonie, great job. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Great job, man. Great job. Great job. Yes. What is the third point? The third point is a lesson I learned from one of my coaches in India. And the third point is simple. Your vibes attract your tribe. Your vibes, VIBES, vibes. Your vibes attracts your tribe. Tribe is TRIP. TIRB. Tribe. Write on the chat box. My vibes attracts my tribe. Type on the chat box. My vibes attracts my tribes. My vibes attract my tribes. Type on the chat box. That's the last point. Your vibes attracts your tribes. Great job, Deborah. I love that series. Great job. Great job. Yeah. Your vibes attracts your tribe. Great job. Great job. Yeah, that's the mindset of a global speaker. Okay. The first one was time management. The second one was uh even before time management, we talk about adaptability, plan B, plan C, plan D. The second one was first one was time management. The second one was you should have to go to the deep, and we talked about the cul-de-sac and all that. And the last one is your vibes attracts your tribe. Now, what does that mean? What you sacrifice to get what you want is that sacrifice that people whom you'll be serving will give to you. Let me say that in a different way. What you invest to get what you want is directly proportional to what other people will invest for you and to you to get what you have to give to them. Some years ago, I made up my mind not to go for free stuff, not to get free things, but to always pay for what I want, to always get the premium of what I want. And that has significantly helped me. I train students in the US for 1 month. I coach them for 1 month. And guess what? They pay me 900,000 USA, 900,000 francs CFA. Okay. So like 900,000 francs for 1 month training. And that's like 1,500 US dollars, 900,000 francs. And that is how much one person pays me for 1 month training, right? You know why they do that? It's very simple. I paid to be trained. I paid to be trained. I paid to get coaching programs. I paid for the books I bought. I paid for the services. One of my mentors, Charlotte came, the immediate past president of the Global Speakers Federation, is based in South Africa. And guess what? I pay her for any coaching session that I have with her. And I pay her very expensively. And that's why people pay me to coach them, to train them. Your vibes attracts a tribe. If you get things for free, give them for free. Don't charge. If you pay for what you are getting, don't give it for free. Charge. And the good thing is that how much you charge is determined by you. It's going to be determined by you. That's how much you charge. It's going to be determined by you. Hi, Pamela. Great. I'm so happy to see you here. Hope you're doing well with your husband. That's Pamela is my neighbor in Cameroon. Was my neighbor in Cameroon. All right. So how much you pay for the services, for the goods, you are acquiring, you weren't, will determine how much people will pay you for. So if you go for free stuff, you have to give free things. And if you charge, nobody will pay. That's bad news. So that's a law of nature. That's natural science. You want to call it natural arts. That's natural science. Natural science, the law of nature. When you get things for free, you have to give things for free. All right. So if you pay for what you want, for what you're getting, you have to give it for a premium price. And the good thing is that you don't necessarily have to charge how much you paid, depending on the value you've added to the thing. For instance, public speaking is still virgin in Africa, in Cameroon. And so you can become a trainer like Milton, right? And schools will be ready to hire you. Maybe the Texas Institute of Public Speaking can hire you to be one of the trainers for the kids, for the youth, for the adult programs. That's fine. But guess what? For the Texas Institute of Public Speaking to hire you and pay you, you have to pay for that premium. Because if you cannot pay for your course, you cannot charge for that course. Because if you charge, they will not pay you. People will just be reluctant to pay you, and you'll be asking yourself questions like, what is happening with me? Like, why is it that they're paying others and they're not paying me? You know what I mean? So it's not village people. It's not your village uncles. It's not your village aunties. It's not your village people fighting your destiny. It's the law of nature. You only get what you paid for. So if you get things for free, oh yeah, go and do sadika. Go and do sadika. Just donate your time and do it. And I think that's not what you want, right? Like I said, they pay me today for speaking, coaching. Like 1 hour of my time is $100, 60 over 62,000. That's how much they pay me for 1 hour. For this 1 hour, it's 62,000 francs. 1 hour. So it did not just happen overnight. It's 15 years of work. You don't have to go through 15 years I went through. You can go through the first year, second year with a coach mentor. You're good to go. Okay, so you determine your value. You determine how much people can pay you. And you cannot be telling people that I'm worth 5,000 for hour training. And if you're not able to pay, if you have not been able to pay 5,000 francs for somebody or for an institution to help, to teach you. So you cannot give what you don't have. And when you're charging people for work you have not paid for, it doesn't work. People will be not feeling like to pay you. People will be reluctant to pay you. And you keep losing money. You'll be wasting a lot of time, energy, resources, and you're, again, broke. So if you don't want to be broke, you want to make money from what you're doing, my friend, you have to pay for what you want so that you can charge with confidence. Remember, we started with integrity, character, and repetition. So if you're charging people for what you were not paid for, your character, your integrity, your reputation is at stake. Okay? It's at stake. Don't forget that. Let me say that again. If you're charging people for what you were not charged for, your character, your reputation, your integrity is at stake, and people will not take you serious, and they will just give you bad recommendation, bad review, bad testimonials, and you don't want that for your business, right? You don't want that for your business, all right? So I want to encourage and charge you and challenge you. In one of my quotes, I said something very powerful the other day. In one of my quotes, the destination you are not ready to pay for, the places you are not ready to pay to go to, what you're not able to sacrifice for is not US. I'll take note of that. What you're not able to sacrifice for is not US. The destination that you're not ready to pay to go through is not your destination. That single place, that very place you want to go, you want to see yourself, you want to be in the nearest future, that you're not ready to pay for it, you're not ready to sacrifice for it, it's not your destination, it's not your place. It only becomes a place when you're ready to pay for it. It only becomes a destination when you're ready to sacrifice for it. I did not come to US by Uku Airline. Like, I had to pay a flight ticket to come here. If I was not ready to pay the flight ticket, I could have come here. It was not Uku Airline that took me to the US. No, it was not Uku Airline. Uku Airline is an airline that goes with rooms. Yeah. I'm so proud to be from Uku. So the Uku has an airline that you claim on a broom and then you just go, fiap. No, I paid millions to be here in this country. You know what I mean? So it was not by Uku Airline because I wanted to come to the US, so I had to pay. Though I was invited to speak, but I had to, the first time I had to pay for my flight ticket. You know what I mean? And because I came and spoke the first time, they saw the value. The second time, they took care of many things for me. You know, so I had to. They saw my sacrifice. They saw how I was able to remove millions. To sacrifice to pay for the destination. I paid the price, and that's why I came. And that's why it belongs to me. So if you're not ready to pay for what you want, it's not US. It's not US. So, putting everything together, closing the curtains of this conversation, I want to challenge you. Anything you want, pay for it. Don't take things for granted. If you pay for it, you value it. If you don't pay, you will not value it. If you don't pay, you will not charge. So, if you pay, you will charge, and then you can charge more or charge less or charge equal. That's it. If you don't pay, you will not charge. And guess what? This is a bad news. If you even charge, if you don't pay, people will not pay. And that's why some people are doing well, so well, and some people are struggling. Watch out, those who are struggling, they have not paid the price. Maybe it's not the right time, but they have to pay the price, and then they will start getting the result. People will generally attracted to you if you pay the price. You don't need to tell them. They will just feel it within themselves and then come for it. And that's why some people are making a lot of money from speaking and some are not making money from speaking because some got it for free and they want to charge and it doesn't work like that. So that's it, my dear friend. Always believe in yourself. I was just a little boy. I could have been a hunter in Uku today, cutting people's mangoes and guavas and harvesting people's granules. But I said no to that life. I said no. I said I have a destiny. I have a future. I had to fight for it. I have to go for it. I had to sacrifice for it. So I want to challenge you. Your future is possible. Your dream is valid. If I could live my dream today, you can do it. If Milton is living his dream of becoming an international speaker, you can do it. Right? You can do it. It's possible. All you have to do is to go for it, sacrifice for it, fight for it. And congratulations for all of you who have paid your fee. The 3 months program is a lot of money. Like it's almost 75,000 francs. That's how much we charge for every month. But we gave it for you for free. I don't know how much Milton is asking for you to pay for at the station. I almost quarreled Milton. I'm like, Milton, this is he talks about 5,000 francs and I'm like, 5,000 francs. Okay, that's peanut money. Like, and again, it's because Milton loves you. You know, Milton we had to have a debate. He loves you, he respects you, and he wants to build a community. He wants to build a community of speakers. And that's why Milton was so gracious and so kind and so meek and so generous that he decided to just get this training 3 months for nothing, like nothing. And so I'm coming in to add again another 65,000 francs to the 75,000 you had to pay, making 100 something thousand. And again, we're giving you at no cost, at no price. So that was it. So I want to challenge you. Go for your dream, sacrifice for your dream. You know what I mean? And then be ready to fight for your dream. Because the Bible says in the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 12, I love that. That's one of my favorite scripture. Right? It says that since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God have suffered violence, and violence must be taken by force. And that's why we are the warriors. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations for being here. So I just want to challenge you: take actions now, because if you don't take action now, you may not never take action. This is the best time of your life. If you're a young person here at the age of 20, 30, early 30s, you're having the best time of your life. You know what I mean? So this is the time for you to get the opportunities. Most of the time, people help people at their youthful, not at their adult age. So this is your youthful age. Get the best out of it now. And for that to happen, you need to fight for it. You have to sacrifice for it, and you have to go for it. So I want to challenge you. If you're not even yet pay your 5,000 francs, do it now. Do it now. And get yourself ready for the glorious future that awaits you. Thank you so much, everybody, and for having me here. I wish you a wonderful rest of the meeting. God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless the Texas Institute of Public Speaking. See you at the top. Bye.
Everybody celebrate, celebrate Mr. Oliver Nshom. Please celebrate, celebrate. That was so powerful. Everybody, please celebrate, celebrate. Yes, let's show massive love. Show massive love. Yes, keep celebrating. Keep celebrating. I just want to say thank you very much, Coach. It's always an honor to listen to you because you do not talk from space, you talk from experience. And what you have shared with us is very powerful. And I believe that each and every person who is on this call is not taking it for granted. We want to thank you very much, Coach. And one thing you said that caught my attention is that you have to be ready to take the deep because in life, like it is always said, it's either you're in trouble, it's either you just left trouble, or you're headed towards trouble. So you have to make peace. You have to make peace with the fact that life is challenging and you have to go through the challenges to refine yourself and become the best version of yourself. So thank you very much, Coach. I just want to tell a very short story about the first time Mr. Oliver and I traveled. He was invited to handle a public speaking masterclass in Boya, and so he took me along. At the time, I was still working for him as a video editor. So we traveled, and the experience was quite very enticing. And from that day, I told myself that I must become a global speaker because Mr. Oliver had just come from the United States. After he spoke in the United States, he equally went to Singapore and spoke. And when he came back, people were rushing to have him on their platforms. And when this man of God invited us to Boya, invited him and he took me along. When we got to Boya, the hotel was already booked. Everything was ready. I was like, wow, is this the life of a speaker? And the next day was Sunday, and we had to go to church. And stepping out of the hotel, there was a car there with people in suits that came to drive us to church. I was like, wow. So this is how the life of a speaker is. I must become a speaker. And so it was such an amazing experience. I learned a lot from you, Mr. Oliver, because one thing I know about you is that you're a servant leader. You don't just talk from space, you talk from experience. So thank you very much once again, Coach, for sharing your insights with us tonight. I repeat it again. I believe that everybody on this call is not going to take whatever you said here tonight for granted. So we are going to give space for a few people, just 5 persons, to ask a few questions, and then Coach can address that and get back to where he was going. All right, let me see your hands if you have a question. Okay, Madam Mary, over to you.
Thank you so much for giving me the floor, the Milton. I want to ask Mr. Oliver that this DIP, is it I don't know, an abbreviation? I mean, I don't know what is the full meaning of the deep. Thank you.
Okay. Great question. It's not an abbreviation. It's just a word. It's just a word. It's highly used by thought leaders around the world in different industries: finance, leadership, emotional intelligence, financial technology, and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach. Just to add to that, when you're drawing graphs and the curve is just going, the moment it goes really down, that's a dip. If that makes sense, Coach. Yes,
All
the
right.
moment your graph, the curve of your graph actually goes right down, that is a dip. So it indicates a hard time. Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Mary. Mr. Cho, let's hear from you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you, and thank you very much, Mr. Oliver. I've always, actually, last night I dreamed about you.
Oh wow. You shared a dream after, man.
Yeah.
I hope I was going to space because I want to go to space to the moon, and we are going all together.
Amen, amen.
Amen.
So, my question is, how do you begin, like, as a complete beginner, how do you start before getting that visibility? Where do you start from?
Okay, great. Great question, Anselm. So I started with words. I started with words. I spoke in 2005. I was in secondary school. I was in form one in Oku. My teacher asked students in class, "Who do you want to become in future?" Mary will say journalist. John will say medical doctor, uh, Anita will say, "Teacher, when it was my turn, I told my teacher I want to become a global speaker." 2005. Like this is like 20 years after. Yeah, this is 20 years ago, 2005. I told my teacher I want to become a global speaker. I spoke, I confessed it. That very day, I came back home. My mom and dad asked me, "Who want to become Oliver?" I'm like, "I want to become a global speaker." My dad wanted me to become a medical doctor. I was like, "Dad, if I become a medical doctor, I will come back and offer you the certificate as a gift from your son. And I will still go and become a global speaker I want to become." And so it was almost a debate. I don't know if they told me that we should good luck, son. And they were like, "Nobody's doing this in Cameroon. Nobody is doing this around. We don't know any speaker anywhere." I'm like, "There's no speaker in Cameroon who is the global international speaker and all of the top international speaker. I'm going to be the first." And I promised myself every day I would tell myself, every day I would think about it. And I got my first speaking gig in 28 with the full gospel mission in my three during their youth camp and all of that. 3 minutes I was given. The result was terrible. I messed up, guys. I blew off. Like I was timid. My voice was cranky. My lips were dried. My heart was pounding. My palms were producing water like a water fountain. I messed up. I fumbled. I gambled, and I stumbled on the stage. But I did not give up. I remember my friend, classmate, encouraged me with a pat on my back, like, "Oliver, don't give up. You can do it. Go back to the drawing board." And long story short, that's how I started, my dear friend Anselm. So words are powerful. Be careful what you say to yourself. What you declare will come. For parents, be careful what you tell your children. What you tell them is what exactly they will become. Watch out. What you open your mouth and speak out is what you have. Kobe Bryant, a celebrity basketball player, one of the best in the world, when he was growing up, he said that he would love to die at the age of 40. When he got married, he said, "Now that I have my children, I have a family, I don't want to die at the age of 40." And guess what? You know at what age Kobe Bryant died? Kobe Bryant died at
Okay.
40. Be careful. What you say is what you get. You don't negotiate it. Because when you release words, they go out to the universe and they provoke some natural forces that come back to you to give you just what you want.
Mm.
I don't know what I could have done if I did not program this word. My parents were broke. My father is a traditional doctor. My mom is a peasant farmer. So we're from a very broke background. And I'm the only one who had advanced level in my family. Whoever went to college. You know what I mean? Just a lot of things, guys. So the only thing I know is the grace of God, the power of spoken word. And the Bible says it so well in Proverbs 18:21. So go back. My secret is in Proverbs 18:21. Okay? Next question.
Thank you very much, Coach. I hope your question was done justice, Mr. Cho. Let's hear from Pamela. Let's hear from Pamela. Sister Pamela, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Samaritan. Okay, sir, my question is that is it possible for somebody who finds it difficult to learn a new language to become a global speaker? Because right now, even that word I mentioned in French like that, I don't even know how to spell it, nor to talk of.
Okay.
To explain how it came about. Yes, sir, that's my question.
Got you. Okay. Got you. I just want to spare the word before I answer your question. Yep. So, okay, that's
Okay,
cul-de-sac. I just spare the word cul-de-sac. Giving up. So, um,
okay,
yeah.
thank
y-
you.
If you can learn a new language, fantastic. That's great. Uh, you don't necessarily have to learn a new language to become a global speaker. Uh, start with what you have. Remember, everything you have. Everything you need is already in you. Have you ever been looking for something, a pen, a pencil, money, your wallet, and it's just around you? You go to the other room, search, and you just come back and like, "Oh, this is a wallet. Like, this is a keys." And you're like, "Yeah, everything you want is in you now. God gave you all for you to succeed right now as I talk." Your English is good. In fact, English is the best language for speakers all around the world. You know, and hopefully, meeting will be able to teach you some of these things. You cannot only make money from money from as a speaker just by speaking. You can do a YouTube. You can start a YouTube channel. My channel is ready for monetization, and what that means is that YouTube pay me at least $300, like 200 something thousand francs every month, just because I do videos and people watch the video. As simple as that. As a speaker, so there are thousands of ways you can make money from speaking, not necessarily by speaking. You know what I mean? So you don't need to learn many languages, but if you can learn a new language, fantastic, good for you. You know, the other day I was coaching a student in French. I spoke French. I was surprised. I promised her that I'll pray the Holy Spirit will give me the utterance to speak French. And I did a 1 hour training on French. I spoke French and she was surprised. Like, you speak French? And so it was good because when you learn a different language, you speak a different language, it helps you even to do best in other languages because it builds your brain power and your brain capacity. So I train in French, I train in English. So I can train anybody in French right now. So you can learn a new language, but you don't necessarily have to learn. Pamela?
Well, thank you
Okay,
very
so
much,
thank
Coach.
you very much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Coach, for that answer. And definitely one of these days we'll be looking at how to make money as a public speaker. So thank you very much for that reminder. One of these days we're going to look at that detail. All right, let's listen to Larissa.
Okay, good evening to all once more. Mr. Oliver, please, I wish to verify. You talked about monetizing your account. I wish to verify. How can we monetize our account?
Simple, my sister. Uh, you have to do two things. You need to have at least 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. I have 1,435 now. Number two, you need to have at least 10,000 watch hour for the past 90 days, 3 months. What that means is that if you create your channel today, in fact, you can, should I say you can pay me? I'm not sure. I can do that. Meeting can help. Now, when you create a channel from the US, you have a higher probability of getting money from YouTube faster than in Cameroon because the US is a CPM country. And CPM means that capital per mile. Capital per mile, there are high income producing countries. United States, United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, France, Germany, uh, New Netherlands, Switzerland. Those countries, they make a lot of money. And most companies, when they're advertising their service or products, they ask YouTube to advertise in those countries. Unlike some countries in Africa, they don't make a lot of money. So what happens is that because YouTube partner program permits organizations and companies to advertise in those countries where they make a lot of money, now if you produce a YouTube channel where most people from those countries, rich countries, are watching your channel, the same person having the same result like you will be making less money than you are making. So you'll be making more money and the other people making less money. So if you create your channel in from the US, from any of these countries, your channel can reach out to the high income generating countries faster than somebody who created the channel from Cameroon. All right. So those are the things we need. So we have two kinds of videos. We have three kinds: live videos, we have short videos, and we have long videos. If you're doing short videos, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's short videos. So you need like 10 million viewers for the past 90 days. And you need at least 1,000 subscribers. So that's what you need for short videos. Short videos. If you want long videos, 45 minutes, 1 hour, then you need like 10,000 viewers for the next 90 days and 1,000 subscribers. With that, YouTube can start paying you at least $300. Some people start with $100 and something dollars. Some people start with $200. Some people start with $300. And guess what? Even if they are paying you $200 per month, that's around 120 something thousand francs every month. Imagine that you are making 120,000 francs from YouTube as a speaker, just with the content, teaching people how to do public speaking. Simple, very easy. And you make 120,000 francs every month from the YouTube. Simple. Like, why do you have to stress on my dear friend? You can do it. If any other person can do it, why not you? And who knows? Maybe we can help you and create your channel as one of the way to do social corporate responsibility. I can help you create a channel, send you the link, and you just keep on uploading the videos. And the system has been made that way. So when very soon, 3 months time, they can start paying you. You start making your living, and your friends will be seeing you doing well. You're like, what is happening? You're like, I'm a public speaker, but I'm not seeing you speaking around. Like, I know the secret. Pay me and I will teach you. That's why you tell your friends, pay me and I will teach you. And then that's it. Okay. Next question.
Oh, thank you very much, Coach. Larissa, I hope your question was handled properly. Let's hear from Rejoice. Grace, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sir Milton. Thank you, Sir Oliver Nshom, for this opportunity. I've actually loved the way you speak from International Speakers Conference 2023 at Blue Pearl Plaza.
Oh, wow.
Thereafter, yeah, so I was just in lower sec, and since then I've been following you. Every video you upload, I just try as much as possible to follow up and learn from there. Since from when you came to my school, I was the only one who owned up to come for the conference,
Um,
and since then I've had a lot of change. So I don't actually have a question, but what I want to say is that some of us are still young and we have a long way to go. So I would just like to plead that a good vision should also have a good direction. And what I'm pleading is that we need coaching. We need people who have gone further to help us also get to where we want to be. So I would just like to keep learning from great minds. Thank you very much, Sir Milton. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I don't take it for granted.
Mm,
So, sir, I'm just pleading that you help some of us who are still young and passionate that we get to where we want to be. Thank you.
great job.
mm, mm.
Great job.
That's wonderful, Rejoice. Thank you very much, Coach. I don't
Rejoice.
know what you have to say about that.
Yep. Great question. So, Rejoice, thank you so much for showing up in 2023 for our international speakers. And that was a great event that brought a lot of change. Not only in you, but in me and probably in most of the people that were there. So, quick one. So, Rejoice, this is the framework for coaching, best coaching experiences. So, if you're in level 1 right now, the best coach for you would be in level 2. If you're in level 2 right now, the best coach for you will be in level 3. If you're in level 3 right now, the best coach for you could be in level 4. If you're in level 4 right now, the best coach for you could be in level 5. Now, it's not very advisable for you to be in level 1 and your coach is in level 3 or 4 or 5. It's not too advisable for you to be in level 3 and your coach is in level 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Most of the time, they will not have time for you, especially if you're not a premium client. Because some of the people there, they are very busy and their time is a lot. For instance, like we have a lot of staff. I have a staff in Cameroon, in Philippines, in Nigeria, all around the world. The people working for talks and working for Texas and all of that. And so my 1 hour need to be very high because I have a lot of things I'm handling at that level. And so if you get a coach, maybe you are, let's assume I'm level 5, maybe you're in level 2 or 1. If you get me as a coach, um, that might be a little bit challenging for you. I'm okay. But you might not be able to pay my time. And at times I can create some time and give it for free, but it will not be consistent. You know what I mean? It will not be really consistent. And that may affect your growth. And you may think that I'm not having time for you. But if you're at level 4 and you're already making money from speaking and you come for me for coaching on strategy on how to make more money, that's easier. Very easy. That I can easily coach you, right? But at level 1, I can communicate some things to you at level 1 and you may not understand what I mean. But at level 4 or 3, you can quickly grab the concept because you've been trying and struggling to apply the concepts and they have not been working. So you just get the tick, the little bridges and the nitty gritties of it, and then you're good to go. So to save your time and to save my time, it's advisable that you get a coach who is just one level ahead of you, so that you can have a conversation. The immediate challenge she or she is facing, and she faced last year, so that she can bake it back to you and then help you to overcome that level one. So as you're meeting him at level two, he's going to level three, and so he can push you at level two. So yeah, so that's what I think. So that's the system. So don't
Wow.
get people who are too busy to coach you where you are not making money yet. Work with people who are making a little bit of money, so can take you there, then take you there, then take you there, then take you there. So that's it. Okay.
Wow. Thank you very much, Coach. I think you did justice to that question. The answer makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rejoice, for your question. Just in case anybody leaves before the call is before the end of this call, I just want to say that we've not been very consistent with submitting assignments in the group, because when we have a session like this and people are required to drop their takeaways in the group, people don't do it. Only a few people like Madam Mary, Mr. Cho, and Madam Akwanyi that and Sister Pamela that will always do that, but the rest do not. There are many people who do not have the chance or the opportunity to join us because of one or two reasons. And when you drop your lessons in the group, it helps them. So I want to encourage everybody that after this call tonight, what you're not going to be writing, you're actually going to send a voice note about what you learned throughout this session today, so that all others can join. Others can quickly learn from whatever we shared here tonight. So I just needed to mention that. I beg that everybody takes part in this activity. All right, let's listen to Ngum Joy. Ngum Joy, you have a question?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Sir Milton. Good evening, Sir Oliver.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a question to ask. So you made mention that it's good to have a lot of skills so that if your plan A fails, at least you can use the others. Now, I found myself in a situation where I got into a lot of things, and at times I might have to attend three meetings at the same time. So, what can I do in that kind of a situation?
Okay. I love that. Thank you, Joy, for that question. So for my personal experience, you have to prioritize, my friend. You have to prioritize. Ask yourself what is important now. Um, if you want to, if you want to catch three birds at a time, I bet you end up with zero birds. If you want to catch two birds, end up with zero. But I bet you when you want to catch only one bird at a time, you may end up catching more than three birds. That talks of focus. If I was building many careers, if I was saying that I want to become a global speaker, I want to become a pilot, I want to become a doctor, today I'm not sure I could have been a pilot, a global speaker, or a doctor. I could have been none of the above, probably. But because I focus on one, I want to become a global speaker. Today I may not be there exactly, but I am almost there. Like they say, a journey of a thousand might begin with a single step. You see what I'm talking about, joy. So what that means is that joy is that focus on one thing. All right. For now, for instance, okay, it may be the three trainings. What are the challenges you're facing right now? Maybe you struggle to pay your house rent and to buy the things you want to buy when you want to buy them. Maybe that is your experience. Maybe you're in university and at time your parents don't send you allowance on time. Maybe at time as a young girl you need money to buy little things, and at the time you don't have that money immediately. And you ask yourself, right? So what skill do I need now? And so the kind of skill you need now should be able to answer the question, what how soon can I start making money from this skill now after learning it? Right. So if you want to do graphic designing, you want to do public speaking, you want to do uh uh tailoring or seamstress or sewing stuff, you ask yourself, what can give money to me in 3 months? What skill can I learn that can give money to me in 2 months, in 1 month, in 3 months? Right? So if you notice that graphic designing can give money to you in the next 1 month, if you go through the process, if you can sacrifice 15,000, okay, and you have money in the next, you can make money from designing. Good and fine. Focus on graphic designing now. Now, as you finish with the graphic designing, and then start making at least 2,000 francs per week from graphic designing. And then what's the next skill you need? Public speaking, maybe. Okay, with public speaking as a graphic designer, I can be designing my flyers, my training programs myself. I don't have to pay somebody. So that's the next skill. So now that you can design, that's capital. So you use now the capital for designing, and you start doing your public speaking, YouTube videos, Facebook, and you design. You can be charging people whatever. So you will now economize money and design your flyers, charge more. You're making money from graphic designing, you're making money for public speaking. The next skill you want to learn, what do I want to learn? I want to learn how to sew, to do seamstress, to do dresses. Now, you can even buy your machine right now. You can, with public speaking training, you know, with the graphic designing, you can save money every week, every day, and get money and buy your sewing machine. You see? But if you started doing sewing machine, how would that help you as soon as possible? Right? So if you started with graphic design, public speaking, you see, you're already having a base, you already have capital that is giving you that confidence, that stability, financial stability to handle your immediate needs, take care of, support people, give donation, give people help left and right, get data, buy a new phone, buy iPhone, whatever. So that's what I think, my friend. Prioritize. Look at the immediate needs before you go to wants. So anything that is a want, keep it away. Anything that's a need, look for the skills that can help meet your needs as soon as possible, in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months. Yep, that's it. That's what I think.
Hmm. Thank you very much, Coach. Joy, I hope your question was done justice too. Let's hear from Mr. Cyril, and then we hear from one last person, and we can call it a night. Mr. Cyril, over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Milton, for the opportunity to talk. Thank you, Sir Oliver. Normally, it's amazing. Me entering the class today and having the first question from Sir Oliver, who said, what will you do if you find yourself in USA and the only thing that you have is yourself and your voice? It was very challenging. And that makes me to understand that public speaking is not just for those who want to be coaches, or but it's a necessity to everybody in the society. I learned so. And so along the class, Sir Oliver said something that integrity, character, reputation are the non-negotiable traits of a speaker. And please, I would like to learn with example, like what are some of those things that as a speaker that you should not do that may end up like making your integrity, or that will make your audience look down on you or not give you the maximum respect that you desire. Thank you.
Okay, that's a brilliant one. Okay, great. So, yeah. So, great things. Now, first, as a speaker, if you're not a Christian, you don't have the Holy Spirit, you have to listen to your conscience. Your conscience says, don't lie. Don't lie. Right? Don't steal. Don't steal. Don't fornicate. Don't fornicate. Don't adulterate. Don't adulterate. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Here's a secret for you, my friend. The Bible says that anything you do in the hidden will come out. You know what I mean? People keep people terrible things. You can kiss somebody today and nobody sees that. But the next day, your name will go viral. That is what you did. And you will not explain how that happened. Nobody saw you when you're doing the act, but people just know. Nothing hides under the sun, my dear friend. Take note of that. So it means that um, if you are in the room alone and you're like, who cares? Who cares? Let me have fun. Let me enjoy myself. Smoking, drinking alcohol, moving around and sleeping with people anyhow, deceiving people, telling lies, you will be figured out. And when you be figured out, you will be exposed. And that's the end of your career. Now, people always say things about you. They will always say things about me. They'll always say things about us. That's okay. But let not what people are saying be true. Whew. Let not what people are saying be true. Let people say things because of jealousy, envy, hatred, but not because it is true. And I bet you those are the things that will keep your reputation, your integrity, and your character in synchronization to your values. Hey, my friend, people listen to you again not because of your knowledge alone, your wisdom, your all of that. They listen to you because you are a man of your words, because you are a role model, and you live a life that is worth emulating. So you rather prefer that they should kill you than getting you to do things that your conscience will judge you of those things you did. Yeah, I rather prefer that I will fight. You know what I mean? I will fight with you than to do some crazy things because I have worked so hard for my reputation. I've worked so hard to earn this right. I've worked so hard for everything I have. And so for you to destroy it, no, we will fight. And the universe, God Himself has a way of protecting you who is living an upright, righteous, holy life. There's a
Mm.
way God will bless you. There's a way God will expose you to many things when you begin to live the righteous life that any other person who is a hypocrite, who is dancing left and right, playing and jeopardizing his or her value, cannot have that kind of blessings. And when you begin to do these wrong things, they don't only affect you, they affect your family, they affect your parents, they affect your siblings, they affect your wife, they affect your husband, they affect your children. Not only now, forever and ever and ever. You don't want to keep that reputation, but you want to fight to the last breath, to your last ounce of energy, to keep your principles, to keep your value. And if anybody must trespass your value, no, the person need to pay the price. The person need to have fought with you. The person is either you kill the person or the person kills you. So that should be the standard. And that is why some people still keep struggling, and you cannot be a speaker and you call yourself a speaker and you're struggling with addiction. No, no. You first have to trade yourself. Get treatment first before you become a speaker. Because people listen to you not because of your wisdom alone and knowledge and all of that experience, because you live your word, because you can be reckoned with. And so that's important. So stay away from any relationship that is not approved by God. Don't do it. Do the right thing at the right time, at the right place, whether somebody is watching at you or not. Do the right thing at the right time, at the right place, whether somebody's watching at you, whether you're alone, whether nobody is there who knows you or not. Do the right thing. Yeah, that's what I think, sir.
Mm. Thank you very much, Coach. Mr. Cyril, I hope you were blessed because many people were blessed, I included. And like Coach said, there was a time, 2023, when Mr. Oliver Nshom invited his own mentor, Dr. Madison Gaffison, to come and share a word with us. And as Dr. Madison was speaking, he said something that I would like to share with you, which is in synchronization with what Coach just said. He said, your greatest message as a speaker is the way you live your life. Your greatest message as a speaker is the way you live your life. It means living a life of integrity, because the true quality of a man is known by what that person does when nobody is looking. That is when your true quality is determined. What you do behind closed doors. what you think nobody is seeing you do. Integrity means having the chance to do the wrong thing and get away with it, but still deciding to do the right thing. That is integrity. And so, like Coach said, you have to be a person of your word. You have to only make the promises you can keep and keep all the promises you make. You always have to be on time because you lose credibility when you do not have a sense of time management, a sense of effective time management. So I hope that all these things that Coach has said were helpful to somebody. Do not joke with them because you need to be a speaker that impacts people. And to impact people, you must not always be on stage. Impact people even when you're sleeping. What do people say about you? What do you want people to say about you? Be a person of integrity. Be a person of integrity. Be transparent. Reduce the gap between your private life and your public life. That is how you become a transformational speaker. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much once again, Coach, for your wonderful insights, your words of wisdom. It's been a pineapple pleasing pleasure having you here tonight. We hope to have you again soon, sir. Thank you very much. I'm just going to encourage everybody to go to the group and send a voice note. We are left with about 27 minutes. Use this time to send a voice note about what stood out to you from this session and bless the others.
Great.
Okay, if you have any other questions, you can contact Coach privately or you can get to me privately or maybe just drop your question in the group and answers will be provided for your questions. Thank you very much, everybody. Do have a blessed night. And until we meet again, God bless you.
Thank you so much. Great. I have a gift to all of you, and the gift is a gift of the session. I recorded it, so I'm gonna send a link where all of you can watch it back. You know what I mean? Like, so because there's a lot of value we shared here, I just believe so. And watch it again. And if you miss out something, just watch it again and be blessed. Okay. Once again, thank you, Milton, and thank you to any other person here. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Good night, everybody.